Here we are again with a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. It's the Valley's most in-depth weather video. We really take our time in this video and take a deep dive into all aspects of our present and future weather. Really can break it down in this video much more efficiently and in much more detail than I can on TV, where of course I'm restricted by time. All right, rainfall totals over the last 24 hours. Nothing too terribly impressive here. Showers kind of came and went today as expected. We never really, advertised it would be a totally rainy, washout kind of a day. We picked up less than 1/10 of an inch today in Boardman and downtown Youngstown and down towards Guilford Lake and Lisbon and Latonia. Amounts were a little bit higher in the northwestern corner of our viewing area, up towards Newton Falls, Champion, and up towards Mesopotamia as well. But again, nothing really crazy as far as rainfall totals. And the rain's come and gone. It'll continue to come and go as we head into the night. In fact, the rain may be a little steadier for a time tonight. As I record this at 7:30 this evening, some bands of light to moderate rain pushing in from the south and west. Again, this is mostly fairly light stuff. There's no thunder and lightning with this. And as we project into the future then, looks like just kind of a soggy night. Rain off and on, probably nothing all that heavy here locally. The rain continues into tomorrow morning. It'll be interesting to see what happens as we get into the day tomorrow. I think the day's going to start with some steady rain, but notice this big donut hole down here. I think this is going to try to push in as we head towards the midday hours, and that'll shut down any steady rain and lead to a better afternoon. Maybe not a totally dry afternoon, but a better afternoon. Here's that donut hole moving overhead. Now, underneath this, there can be some spotty showers and maybe even a thunderstorm. But it is going to warm up, and we might even try to get some intervals of sun tomorrow afternoon. And then, by tomorrow night, we're on the backside of that low. The wind switches back around to the north, and it's going to really start to cool off. And yeah, it's going to be a chilly start to the weekend coming up. So here's what I've done with the hour-by-hour rain chance breakdown on your Friday. Have the lowest odds for rain as we get into the afternoon. Again, it's not zero. There'll be a shower in spots and maybe a thunderstorm, but lower odds as compared to the first half of the day. Storm Prediction Center does have a low-end risk of severe weather tomorrow, southeast of Youngstown, from the panhandle of West Virginia down through Pittsburgh, over towards the southern tier of PA along the Turnpike, and then heading down towards D.C. I think there can be some thunder here. I think the chances of severe weather, damaging wind gust, hail, pretty low locally. Maybe somewhat higher as you go to our south and east. So don't be surprised if you hear a rumble of thunder. Now again, so far the rainfall totals have been pretty modest. The models are really honing in now on what we can expect as far as a total between now and Friday night, and I think about an inch to maybe 1.25 inches will be a pretty good average. And this doesn't count what we'll get on Saturday. This is just from now till Friday night. So an average of 1 inch-ish to maybe 1.25 inches should be the rule here. Now let's talk about the weekend. We have to, unfortunately. Boy, this is going to be a nasty day on Saturday. Just ugly. A lot of clouds, gusty winds. Notice the isobars are packed together here. It's going to be windy. There's going to be some showers. There'll be some lake enhancement with these showers. Could get some grapple or some soft hail mixed in because the air aloft is really cold on Saturday, so wouldn't be surprised if we had a few little ice pellets trying to mix in. And it's just going to be just a great day to stay inside. Catch up on your Netflix, take care of that indoor project, whatever you want to do indoors. Maybe make some stew or some soup. Sunday's not going to be a lot better. I think there may be some improvement by the afternoon, but notice what the model is spitting out here Sunday morning. Yeah, snowflakes. Now this isn't going to stick. And the farther south you are, the smaller the chances are you'll see a few snowflakes. But some parts of the viewing area, especially north of Youngstown, could see flurries mixed in with rain showers Sunday morning, very early. That will fade away by the afternoon. Now notice Sunday morning, it's sunny out in western Ohio. It may take a while for this sunshine to work in, but I think we will try to get into some of that sun before the afternoon is through on Sunday. Yeah, I had to bust out the wind chill map for the start of the weekend. These are Saturday afternoon's wind chills, mostly in the 30s to around 40. So the air temperature is maybe around 44, 45. Wind chills probably upper 30s to around 40. And same idea then for Saturday night. The actual temperatures become the story then as we wrap up the weekend. Sunday night into Monday morning, the sky's going to clear. And will the wind go calm? That's the big question. If the wind goes calm, it can get pretty cold. In fact, below freezing Sunday night and Monday morning. Now, if we keep the wind up at 5 or 6 miles per hour. It probably won't be this cold. It'll maybe closer to 32, 33. Not sure about this yet, but this is probably the worst case scenario or the coldest scenario. Upper 20s for lows Sunday night, Monday morning. Then as we go into Monday night, Tuesday morning, a pretty similar setup. Now, the big question for this night is, do we get some clouds that try to roll in? I think the wind is probably calmer Monday night, Tuesday morning, but there may be some high clouds filtering in from the west. That would help to prevent a hard freeze and widespread frost. Well, either way, be prepared. If you've got a garden started, if you've got some potted plants outside, just, take precautions. Bring them in for the night. Cover them up. Do what you need to do. It's not unusual at this time of the year. Even in warm springs, we sometimes have late freezes. Last year it was May 16th, the last freeze. May 23rd, 2 years ago. And a lot of these dates are in May over the last 10 years. The 30-year average is today, May 4th. This is the date of the 30-year average last freeze across the Mahoning and Shenango valleys. All right, let's switch gears here and start talking about the longer range. This is the latest European long-range modeling. This comes out every Monday and Thursday. This is broken down in 7-day increments. Here's our cold weather for the next 10 days or so. I do think the pattern's going to try to switch beyond the 15th, 16th of the month. So here's the 11 to 18-day outlook showing some warmer air trying to push east, and then you really start to notice it then as we go towards the end of the month. And of course, by the end of May, our averages are close to 70 degrees. So not only the averages going up, but the actual temperatures, the forecasted temperatures, should finally turn the corner during the second half of the month. The next 10 days looking pretty chilly. But here we are from the, say, 18th to the 25th, maybe a period where we're much closer to average, if not a little above average, and then the European shows maybe a warm period here at the end of the month, right around Memorial Day. As far as the GFS modeling goes, kind of the same idea here. Chilly, 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 a lot of blue. And then as we get out into the 14, 15, 16-day period, you see more warm anomalies showing up across the eastern two-thirds of the country. Back on the European modeling, as far as rainfall anomalies go over the next month, this covers actually the next 32 days, showing a dry signal for parts of the Midwest. Great news for them, where they've had a lot of flooding. And not much of a signal here either way. It could go either way. It still looks like, as far as rainfall compared to average, as we head into the last 3 weeks of May and the first week of June. Thanks for checking in for Weather Geeks again tonight. I always appreciate all the Weather Geeks out there watching this video, and I'll see you back here for another edition tomorrow evening. In the meantime, check out my updated forecast tonight on 21 News at 11. Have a great night.